so we're here with Mr. Julián Díaz. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Good morning.
So last time we talked, you spoke of the commercial retail learning curve you were enjoying as a result of the integration with the Nuance Group. Perhaps you're coming to the end of this curve with Nuance and are now beginning a new one with Velocityfree Group. So what do you hope to gain from this new acquisition, aside from obviously the expanded retail network and geographical footprint in terms of learnings?
I think these transactions are transformational on many regards. One of them is the possibility to align the experience and the historical know-how of three of the most important companies in the travel retail. How to do it is always a question that should be answered on the basis of allocating responsibilities and also trying to identify what are the values and what is the important mission for the three groups together, what is not easy. What we are doing now in terms of retail is creating, we call it communities, including the three groups of people, for developing this new business operating model that will identify Dufry in the future, in the near future, in fact. These groups are working together in Basel in order to align procedures, processes, and know-how, retail know-how, for achieving during the next 2 or 3 months this final business model, business operational model, that will be the key point for Dufry within the next 2 years in order to show the travel retail industry what is the transformation regarding the retail activities.
What do you think this consolidatory move from the industry as a whole, actually, how do you think this is going to affect the travel retail industry as a whole?
Well, as any big change, there are consequences that cannot be understood even today. In my view, the consequences will be positive on any regard, especially in order to really identify the value of the travel retail worldwide as a global business. I think in the past, we all know, we have been, as a business, very diluted, very diversified in many different countries, no sizable companies. Meanwhile, obviously the process for consolidation started on the vendor side. It's very clear in several companies. And I think that what is happening now in the retail side, it will be very important for all of us, but also very useful. As I have repeated over the past days many times, I think the idea here is not to take advantage of anything. It's how to create real partnerships for developing faster and growing the business, for contributing value for all the stakeholders, including airports, landlords, on any regard, including vendors, and including, obviously, retailers, because I think this is going to be the starting, the first step of a new era in the travel retail.
In terms of timescale, when can you expect to be fully integrated with Velocityfree?
Well, the plan that we have developed with our advisors, we are working on this regard with 2 advisors, one in human resources, the other one in integration, is going to last until the last quarter 2017. It's a process that will be announced in the near future in terms of the structure, but we have already developed the integration plan, the synergies identification and implementation plan, the new structure, and also the change that will obviously try to align every employee in the new group, including values, including mission, including vision, and including obviously the perspective of being a real and true global company.
You mentioned partnerships just a minute ago, and I know it's really important to Dufry to have sort of real, fully functioning and meaningful partnerships and go above talking the talk of partnerships. Can you comment on that? And how does Dufry maintain these very special partnerships? And obviously you're going to have lots of new ones to work on as well.
I think this word for me is very important, and I try to avoid to repeat it many times without real content. Partnership is an action. It's not just a word. An action meaning a process of understanding each other, a process of understanding the problems, sharing the problems, and also sharing the advantages and the possibilities to develop the business. And I think what we are trying, and it's obvious is an intention, is to create with each of the groups that are really relevant and important in the travel retail. You know, specific projects and programs with specific targets to be achieved in this period of time that I mentioned until the year 2017. This action process will be materialized in action plans with, you know, the different brands, with the different landlords, with the strategic people in the landlords and in the vendors, and will be controlled quarterly. Sometimes every 6 months, but it will be always a process of reinventing the partnership. Partnership cannot be just, you know, we are partners. Partnership is an action process that will have specific targets that will benefit both sides and also will be measured each certain time in order to evaluate if the partnership is really moving on or not.
And partnerships, especially in travel retail, aren't always easy, as you know. I think, again, in our last interview, you said that to be nice is easy. But, of course, you know that it's not always something that you are able to do. Sometimes you have to be fair. Would you agree with that?
Totally. This is obviously one of my main concerns. You know, to be nice with the people and to be the best retailer in the world is very nice. It's very easy. You know, the difficult thing is to be tough, to achieve financial and commercial targets, and at the same time to be fair. And I think what we should offer all the stakeholders in this process is to be fair. And to be fair in order not to materialize only Dufry's targets, also in order to materialize vendors, landlords, and other targets of other stakeholders in the business.
Obviously, you've referred to Dufry as a moving target, again in our last interview, which has made it difficult to always implement what I call a global strategy. Is Dufry going to remain a moving target for much longer, or i.e. is it going to be making any more acquisitions, or will it be staying still for the moment?
Well, in the near future, understanding near future, this horizon of 2017, I think the main priority for the company should be integrating the 2 last acquisitions and delivering the synergies that we have disclosed to the market. This doesn't mean that we are not going to pursue any other opportunity in terms of acquisitions or in terms of important businesses. For sure, we are going to continue. But in terms of the specific questions regarding acquisitions, I think we are at this stage of the company more interested in integrating what we have acquired than to develop something else. Doesn't mean that we are going to stay forever like that, but I think in the short term this is the right approach, and this is what the management team of the company also is focusing.
Well, thank you for talking to us today, Julián. It's been insightful as always, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you, and welcome. Thank you.